Welcome to another play along video with Mrs. Steck. I am going to be doing the clarinet and trumpet parts for number 29. This is Serenity, our warm up. We're going to go through the notes. We're going to go through the counting. I'm going to do fingerings for each part and each instrument. At least once each, okay? You can always rewind and go through those exercises again. Then we're also going to have playthroughs. Remember, and I don't think we've talked about this in class, but it is something that we've talked about in some of my other classes now, and I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys. Remember that you can go into your, if you play a video on YouTube, you can actually go in and change the speed of it, and that's why I'm going to do all of my videos through YouTube from now on. If you go to the little, it looks like a little cog wheel, but it's the settings icon. Click on that, go to playback, and you can choose the playback speed. Normal is what I record the tempo at. If you want to go a little bit slower because the notes are tricky, you can slow down the playback speed to, it gives the options of like 75%, 50%. You will be surprised at how much a little bit makes a big difference. So I recommend hitting custom. You can try 75% just to see what that's like, but then you can go to custom and you can make it 80% or 90% or 85%, and you can tweak and play with that until it's a good tempo for you. But that way we get lots of variety for everybody, and I don't have to make all of those different videos. So that's a good option if you need to go just a little bit slower as things are going. All right, we're going to start with clarinet. Well, actually, we're going to start with counting in the notes, which applies to both trumpet and clarinet. Okay, we're on 29. Remember that the little mark that looks like an arc here is a slur, and it just means that you're not going to use your tongue to differentiate the notes. So we're not going to make the change of the notes using the tongue. We're going to make it using just the fingers. Okay, so the tongue is going to stay nice and relaxed in the mouth. For the counting, oh, and the slur has no effect on counting. Okay, remember that half notes get 2 beats each. We show that by saying that they get beats 1 and 2, but we don't use an and because and is reserved for eighth notes, which we'll learn later. So we say 1-2. It's like if you have a writing assignment or, a math assignment, and you need to do problems 14 through 32. Okay, so same thing. That's beats 1 through 2. Then it's a terrible 3, sorry. 3 through 4. And then quarter notes each get 1 beat. 1, 2. Then this one is back to being 3 and 4, or 3-4, I should say. Then 1 through 2. 3 through 4. Excuse me. 1, 2. 3 through 4. 1-2. 3-4. 1, 2. 3-4. 1-2. 3-4. 1, 2, 3-4. And it's hard to see, but there's a repeat sign right there. So that means we're going to do the whole thing twice. Okay, I'm going to turn my metronome on. And we're going to clap and count this. Okay, we'll do it a nice 80 beats per minute. Here we go. I'll turn that up a bit. Ready. And 1, 2, clap and count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, I messed up because I was trying to make sure my hands were on the screen. Here we go. And 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the rhythm. Rhythm is how long we're supposed to play the notes. Now we're going to work on the pitches. Okay, so for my notes, I have C, D, C, D, E, and they're the same for trumpet and clarinet. E, F, E, F, G, G, F, G, F, E, E, D, E, D, sorry, my handwriting's bad, C, at least with this thing. Okay, if you need to pause and write those in your book because you're having trouble kind of remembering what those note names are, absolutely, go ahead. Take a moment to do that. Pause, and once you do, we're ready to go on. So what we're going to do now is, just with a metronome click, we're going to do just the fingerings. I'll do one on clarinet and I'll do one on trumpet. And you can skip to whichever one or skip over whichever one is not appropriate for you. So if you play clarinet, just skip when I get to the trumpet. And if you play trumpet, skip when I do the clarinet. Here we go. Starting with C, which is everything covered, including the thumb on the back. Ready? And 1, 2, here we go. C, D, C, D, E, E, F, E, F, G, G, F, G, F, E, E, D, E, D, C, repeat. C, D, C, D, E, E, F, E, F, G, G, F, G, F, E, E, D, E, D, C. Okay, now I'm kind of bringing my fingers up off the clarinet quite a bit so that I can really show the fingering, but please try not to do that yourself. I know it's hard to not copy what you see. For you, you want to keep everything very close to the clarinet, as close as you can without actually covering any of that hole there, because otherwise it'll change the pitch. But if you are constantly bringing the hands out that far for, say, like G, it's going to be really hard to go back to C really fast, which is something we'll need to do eventually. Okay, so get in the habit of nice C curve, or sometimes I have heard them called Lego hands or Minecraft hands. I think Minecraft hands are blocks though, right? So, but nice C curves, and everything stays close to the instrument so that I can move very quickly once I get to more complicated music and get better on my instrument. All right. Okay, trumpet time. So as we go through this, I'm going to do the fingerings. Let's see. I might actually trying to think of the best way. So if I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so keep that in mind as we're doing the video. Hopefully, I'm not sure how it directionally comes out, but it should be this one is closest to, let's do that angle. That actually looks a little bit better. Here we go. Figuring things out as we go. And 1, 2, note names go. C, D, C, D, E, E, F, E, F, G, G, F, G, F, E, E, D, E, D, C, repeat. C, D, C, D, E, E, F, E, F, G, G, F, G, F, E, E, D, E, D, C. Good, and I'm kind of exaggerating as I'm popping things out, but really you can go very fluid and very fast. And I do recommend that you keep like a nice curve in the fingers so they're pushing almost straight down. as opposed to coming across like this. And also make sure that you are not letting your fingers pop way up. I'm demonstrating, and so I sometimes let my finger come up high to make sure that I'm exaggerating which fingers are moving, but try to keep your fingers close to those valves so that they're almost always just touching very lightly on the valves. Okay, let's go ahead and play. Since I've got the trumpet, I'll start with trumpet. We're gonna play through number 29, okay? And remember that you can switch your playback speed if you need to. 2, ready. All right, so that's the trumpet. Now we'll do the clarinet with accompaniment. Now, if you don't need assistance with those fingerings, if you don't need to watch for those, then you can play back through with both of these, which is why I'm not going to do one of each with and without accompaniment. Okay, so here we go. 2, ready. Ta-da! All right, we're going on to number 30. Chop builder. When you're talking about chops in music, what you're referring to is kind of the part of the instrument or playing the instrument that makes it sometimes kind of tricky. For wind players, especially brass, that's your embouchure, the shape of your lips, and especially how tight you're able to make those muscles and how much you're able to sustain pitch with those muscles, okay? So trumpets and trombones, what's going to help you get higher pitches is building your chops or building the muscles in your face, especially like right around here, that make it possible to play your instrument. It's just like building strength, as if you were literally going to the gym and working out your muscles, okay? It's the same concept. So that means the more that we do it, the stronger we get. And there's also specific exercise to make those muscles stronger. Brass players, this is one of those exercises. Woodwinds, it's not quite so much for us, although it is very nice to practice skipping on our instruments where we're moving more than one finger at a time. Okay, so it's still good for us, even though it's more useful for the brass players at this point. All right, we're gonna go through the counting. So I'm gonna put this guy over here. So for the counting, half notes again. So we have 1-2, 3-4. Oh, that's a terrible 3. Yikes, it got away from me. Whole note gets 4 beats, and it's a new note. We will go over what that new note is and what it sounds like, and also how to play it. Okay. Then we've got half notes again, 1-2, 3-4. Whole note 1, 2, 3, 4, or abbreviated 1 through 4. 1-2, 3-4, 1-2, 3, and then we have a rest. The rest still gets a beat 4, just like if it was a regular quarter note. except that because it's silent for rest, we put parentheses around it. Remember that kind of it resembles the idea of The Secret that we tell, like if you're telling a friend, you make it quiet. Shh. So we put the parentheses to let you know, hey, this is beat 4, but it's silent, okay? Just a reminder. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, because each of the quarter notes gets its own beat, therefore its own number. And then we're back to the whole note, 1-4 or 1 through 4. Okay, let's clap and count. Ready. And 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. And remember that we bring their hands apart for the rest. We practice this in class quite a bit. So just reminding that when we have a rest, we bring the hands out and we can pulse them however many beats we need to pulse them. But that tells us, hey, don't clap on this or don't make sound on this. So just a reminder. Okay. Let's now go through the notes. All right. So we've got F, G. Those are pretty standard. Now we have A. Okay, real quick, as a side note for trumpet, A is played 1 and 2. Okay, it's the same as E, but it's a tighter lip and faster air. Okay, so we think maybe smile a little bit more when we're playing A, high A, or you can think raising your eyebrows helps a little bit. So if you raise your eyebrows, ooh, that's an A. That will help a little bit too. Okay, clarinets, our note A. So G was everything is up. A is this little key right here on the top. So above your top note, we've got A's right here. Okay, it sounds like this. And on trumpet, okay, so that's our new note A. Continuing on, we have another A right off the bat. A, G, F, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, F. All right. So all of my young musicians you guys are going to have, this is probably your biggest skip that you've had so far. Now, brass players, this is both really easy and really hard at the same time because trombones, you don't have to move your slide for this note. Trumpets, you don't have to move your fingers for this note, but that means that we have this thing called a lip slur. That means that you want to use no tongue between those two notes, but you're going to make the pitch go up and down. So you're going to think almost like ooh, ah, while still making, or ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Think about like a siren, like, or the Minions, beat-o, beat-o. Okay, so that's how you're going to get the pitch to change. You can cheat a little bit at the beginning and give it just a little bit of tongue in between, but the goal is to get it to where it's lip slurred throughout the whole thing because that builds the muscles. The tongue is like if you're lifting weights in a gym, it's like having a spotter. You can't quite get it yet, but the goal is going to be to eventually lift on your own that weight and not use the tongue, not use a spotter. Okay? All right, guys, it's time to go through the fingerings now. So let's go ahead and start with clarinet. Remember, so we've got F is on the back, G is all open, and then A is here. Okay, so I might just hold my clarinet at the angle there so you can see a little bit better. And then we've got the pinch here. Okay, this is just fingerings and naming the notes. Ready, and 1, 2, here we go. F, G, A, 2, 3, 4, A, G, F, 2, 3, 4, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, F, 2, 3, repeat. F, G, A, 2, 3, 4, A, G, F, 2, 3, 4, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, F, 2, 3, 4, off. You'll notice that when I'm doing my A, I'm not moving my finger all the way back and forth to like I'm touching this part with the pad of my finger. I'm not shifting my finger. What I'm doing is I'm rolling it up and using kind of the side of my finger. Okay, so I'm just rolling it up to hit the A. Okay, let's do the trumpet now. Ready, and 1, 2, same thing, go. F, G, A, 2, 3, 4, A, G, F, 2, 3, 4, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, F, and again, F, G, A, 2, 3, 4, A, G, F, 2, 3, 4, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, A, F, 2, 3, 4, off. Okay, let's play. And I started with the trumpet last time. Let's start with the clarinet this time. All right, here we go, guys. 2, ready. Tell what my first instrument is not clarinet. It's also not trumpet. So here we go. On trumpet with the accompaniment. The one for the background for this is fun. You like it, I think. Here we go. 2, ready. And if you're not hitting each note like precisely when the metronome is clicking, when you're trying to do that lip slur, especially at first, it's totally okay. just keep working on it. Remember, again, like at the gym with the spotter, if you don't keep trying, you will not get it. So if you say that you can't and you never try, then you're absolutely right. If you don't try, you can't get it. But I guarantee if you keep working on this, it will happen. Okay. But does take some time. Be patient. I know we've got another new note. So we're up to 6 now. Fantastic. So if you need to review this at all, just keep going back, hit repeat, skip back 10, 15 seconds, whatever you need, hit pause when you need it. And you remember you can slow the tempos down if you need to. All right, guys, have a good one.